to another episode of Unsolicited Opinions.
You so irritating. Go ahead.
All right, welcome to another episode of Unsolicited Opinions. I am one of your hosts, Ryan J.
And I am Malika.
Where we will bring you the real,
the raw,
and the relevant.
Relevant.
I did good. Y'all see that switch up?
Barely, but
Okay.
no, you did great.
Thank you. All right, so we have a special guest sitting across from us today.
Miss.
Introduce yourself.
I am the Cindy Noir. Hey y'all, how y'all doing today?
Period.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
Excited to cut up with y'all. Thank y'all for having
and
me.
she's
For
just
real.
as beautiful in person as she is on
Thank you,
Instagram.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yes. So we usually start off with an icebreaker.
Okay.
Just to get you ready for the episode.
Okay.
So
Say
the
less.
icebreaker is something I saw on Instagram. I take those a lot typically.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So let's say you married, your husband passes away and leaves you $5 million, right?
Okay.
And then out the woodwork comes a mistress and 2 babies.
Okay.
Do you morally split some of the money?
Because they his kids, right?
Because they're
his
Yeah,
kids.
they his kids too.
And
And I didn't know about it prior to his
Mm-mm,
death.
y'all been married for like 15 years.
And I got $5 million.
Yeah.
How old are the kids?
Oh, it didn't say.
Okay, it's just
They
2
kind of new though.
kids.
We gonna say they.
We gonna say they kind of new. They need some help. Okay.
they kind of new.
Ooh. And I got $5 million. I got 5 on it. I think I would. Cause I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you something.
Are. Okay, she better than
It
me.
ain't gonna be a lot, but I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna do something like maybe slide you $100,000, but for the kids and put it in a trust fund
Ooh, okay.
that you can't get to until you a certain age.
Okay, so you gonna be taking care of her or just the kids?
Ain't nobody say not a damn thing
Okay.
about no mistress. I'm talking about them kids. Okay, we gonna put a little money for the trust fund.
Okay.
She knew about me back then.
Yeah, of course.
She wanted to take care of me then, so I
Yeah.
don't. We're taking care of the offspring. We ain't worrying about.
Okay, because they don't
spring.
deserve that. They don't deserve to.
They didn't ask to be here.
Suffer.
She knew what she was doing.
Okay.
These kids didn't ask to be here, so I love kids. So I have a little heart,
Okay.
but ain't no heart for the mistress. Good luck,
Okay.
stink.
See,
Ooh.
love you. Bye. See, she
If he
better
didn't
than
leave
me.
her anything, well then hell, I guess hey. It's been real. I don't have that
I didn't
heart.
even think about that. Why he ain't leave them kids? Nothing?
That was gonna be my answer. You ain't leave them something for a reason. So that let me know that God bless me
It's
with
like,
this
you know
money.
what?
I just don't know if I could be able to walk away with $5 million and them kids get nothing. So I would set the kids up to have something at some point, but it wouldn't be just no free money you can get to. It's for
Right.
the kids to get access to when they turn 18. Point blank. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I would do that.
God testing you, cause you walk away with that $5 million and you don't give them kids nothing. Oh, you.
I don't want no smoke with that. I don't want
Yeah.
that. So I'll take care of the kids, but that's it.
Dang, bro.
That's a good question though, because
She gonna try to be your friend.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't speak that. Not with no mistress. I don't know about that. Cause
Would you leave? Would you leave them some money?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Yeah, because morally, because like I posted recently, karma has kicked my ass
Okay.
a lot, especially lately. God, I give up. I surrender. I'm sorry. I'm good. I learned my lesson. I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna have good intentions.
I know that's right.
How much y'all need? Whatever God say to give y'all. If He say give y'all a happy meal, y'all get a happy meal. But if He say give y'all more, I'm gonna give y'all more. But I'm not walking away with that whole $5 million. It's no way.
I couldn't do a whole $5 million
Yeah.
without nothing, not getting the kids nothing.
And the kids ain't do nothing, right? They just with the
I'm gonna have
Would
to
you?
I'm gonna have to sleep on that. I'm gonna have to sleep on that because he kept y'all a secret for a reason.
Yeah, but I mean,
okay. God gonna tap that ass.
I know. I would have to really be in that situation to know because I can say whatever I want to say now, but I might be like, actually, I would love to spend time with them on the weekends if that's possible. That's what he would
And
want
then
me to do.
what if they look just like him?
I think I'd be more inclined to give money if I could whip the mama ass right quick. If we could do a quick little 1-2,
Fight.
just me
Yeah.
fight you right quick,
Yeah.
then I'll help you out with your
Let me get
kids.
it out the way.
But I need to fight you. Ain't no way I
And
can,
if I don't have no kids with him, let's say I don't have no kids.
or I couldn't have kids. We're definitely hooking in the streets real quick.
Oh, that's
real
different.
quick.
That's different.
Like, what if I couldn't have no kids?
Absolutely
And then
not.
what if the kids look like her?
See, or him. Shoot, either way, because the man died. So like,
yeah, so we're gonna have to do a DNA test first.
Do y'all
it's steps.
do y'all look at him differently after that? Like say you was madly in love with
I ain't
him.
gonna look at him.
Absolutely.
Obviously, God ain't you going to church tomorrow.
But she got a point though. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. If I have to look at the fact that like I gotta look at my husband who just passed in a whole different light because of you, we gotta square up.
Change.
That seems fair to me.
Yeah, whole world.
Would y'all rather not know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Y'all
I
rather
done
not
lived
know?
my life however long he
I mean,
had
I'd rather
his
you not
kid.
have done it,
Yeah.
but if you're gonna do it and you dead, I'd rather just go ahead and let that lie.
Yeah, literally.
Lie it on down.
Man, show up
No,
to the
I
funeral.
love that. That was a good icebreaker.
Yeah.
That's
that
a
was a
good
good
one.
one.
That was a good
That was a
question.
good
That was a good
icebreaker.
one.
Touche.
That was a good one.
All right, so where are you originally from?
I am from Augusta, Georgia.
Wow.
Yes.
You went to school
I
at
did.
Augusta.
I did.
And where are you from? Because how did you end up in Augusta? Because I mean, Augusta ain't Atlanta, so it's like, how did you end up in Augusta?
I'm from Indiana, but I was raised in Miami. But the only reason why I was in Augusta because I had a scholarship to play basketball.
Okay.
That's the only reason why.
That's how they get them.
Yeah.
A damn scholarship. I get it. I get it. I get it.
That's how you get 'em.
Did you enjoy it at least?
Hell yeah. That was
Okay.
the best time of my life.
What
I
is
did.
it like at Augusta? I ain't never heard nobody that like.
It's
went
real
to-
small.
Okay.
Yeah, it's small.
I had a ball, but like the black community, it's PWI. So like the black
okay.
community was real. We were thick as thieves the entire time I was there. So that's what made it the fun part of it was the fact that we were so close. So I enjoyed it. I had a ball
So
there.
y'all didn't know each other.
I got
No.
there in 2014.
Oh, so you was there my last year.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't know her in school.
I recall him. I recall seeing
do?
him, but I didn't. Of course, I didn't know you, but like
Yeah.
I recall seeing your face, which is crazy how it's a small
Right.
world like that. We end up in the same city now, but yeah,
it's
So-
I feel like the universe does that a lot.
Yeah.
real weird synchronicities like that. 'Cause-
So this is how this happened, people. We was at homecoming, still didn't know each other, and then I end up going to a brunch, and then someone that she knows that I don't know, that we both don't know apparently, because I can't remember her name.
He's so wild for that.
I
I can't
can't-
remember the name at all.
I can't remember her name, but she was like, "You should check out Cindy." Blah blah blah. She lives in Dallas. I said, "Oh, that's cool. I don't know anybody in Augusta that lives in Dallas, so let me hit her up." So I hit you up, and then we talked for a little bit off camera, and we got some stuff in common.
Here we are.
That we didn't know,
That's
yeah.
crazy. I didn't see that coming at all. I might have seen you at homecoming. I just don't recall what all I did at homecoming. So
Why is that?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, why is that?
Why is that, baby? I was faded cross, front and back. I was.
What do you mean by that?
Now you know exactly what I mean. Listen, I've been out here entrepreneuring and everything on my own.
Period.
I needed a nice little break, and I took it
Yeah.
during that homecoming. Okay,
I love that.
so I might have seen you. I just don't remember.
Same
but,
here.
You know,
So what was your college experience like?
Good question. It kind of stumped me. I will say at first I was very introverted, like the first 2 years, and then I became more active on campus. I became the president of Black Student Union. I joined a
That's great.
sorority.
That's dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority
Okay.
Incorporated. So yeah,
Okay.
but I joined that my graduating semester. But nonetheless, I became more active towards the end of my college career, and I was outside a little bit more towards the end as well. So it kind of grew, I guess you could say. I started off real to myself, and by the end, I had a whole community and everything. So I definitely enjoyed it, though. It was a cool experience.
Got you.
Yeah. What was your major?
Criminal justice.
Ah, excuse us, you the ops. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
haven't touched that since I left.
You haven't touched it?
Haven't touched it.
I majored in psychology and same. I mean, I use it a little bit with what I do now, but like,
It's like
I thought I was gonna be a therapist.
Really?
God, no.
What made you decide no to that?
I had an internship my graduating semester, and the internship that I had, there was a person who was in the grad program I was going to go to.
Okay.
And we had a slow day, and she was like, well, any kind of questions you have about it, let me know. And we got to talking, and she helped me to see that, like,
She said,
this is not at all what I want to do for real. She said that it's a lot of being a therapist. We go into it having high hopes to change people, but it's not until you become one that you realize you can't change nobody. And like
Okay.
a lot of being a therapist is hearing the same problems over and over and over again with very little resolve or change because people don't change like that. I can't take that.
Okay.
I-
You like I'm using my
I-
words. I need
ooh.
you to take my advice.
I don't care how much I'm getting paid. I can't take that. So I realized I would much rather talk to people in mass at once,
Okay.
send y'all home, and call it a day. Much rather than like sitting in an office one-on-one every single day. So
let's
that's
get
what I
into
end up.
that. Let's get into that.
Talking to people in a mask.
Talking to people in a mask.
Yes.
So if those who don't know, she has wonderful videos that give you advice. I think some of them are pretty funny. And she has a really big following. So obviously the advice she has to give to the masses is reaching the masses.
It
you did
is.
what she said she wanted to do.
And I'm just getting started for real. Thank you.
Yes. So my question for you is, what was the first video that went viral? Or how long were you putting out videos before a video went viral? Because I think a lot of people think they can just make a video and then it's going to go viral and now people know who you are. But how many videos did you actually have to put out before you went viral?
Not to toot my own horn, but like 3.
Okay, that's good. That is really good.
I've been going viral though on Twitter since like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
So I wasn't unfamiliar with the experience of going viral back when it actually meant something on Twitter. Because now it's
everybody.
Anyway. So I've been going viral through my tweets anyway, but then I joined TikTok in 2021, and I joined I think like January 7th, and by the end of that month, I had like 10K followers.
And so you probably brought people over from Twitter, though.
No.
It's just new people.
It's all new people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at first, my videos were like me just being silly. They weren't even about talking about advice stuff for real. It was just me just trying to get my footing. But I just picked up. And it started. It kind of found me. I didn't really find it. So
you wasn't trying to be a content creator.
I really was not. I was not trying to do this for real. Like TikTok for me was supposed to be a nice little cute little outlet to have fun on. I wasn't trying to do this. And the third video I posted and it went viral, and I was like, yo. That was not part of the plan. I was trying to be a little low key over here because, like I was saying, I was going viral on Twitter, so I was trying to find somewhere I could be a little low key. That wasn't part of the plan, so yeah, it just kind of fell in my lap, and I just took it and ran with it.
You felt obligated, like I gotta keep going.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it, but
and they don't make it easy for you to start making videos.
No,
so they be like, I need another video.
And they become very demanding very quickly. So. My little community, they real demanding. So yeah, it grew from, I made like silly videos talking about TV shows and stuff at first. And then from there, it just kind of developed into, can we talk about it, and talking about like giving advice and things like that. But it didn't start off that way at all. Not at all.
The podcast, by the way. Can we talk about it?
Yes. Can we talk about it? I love
that started, thank you.
Yeah.
That started, I want to say, what used to be called Unclenched Beloved, and that started in 2020. But then I got a little lazy and stopped promoting it and such. But then when I started posting on TikTok and that blew up, I said, well, I ain't got no choice but to bring this back up. So I went back into it and revamped it. And so, yeah, can we talk about it? I talk about everything. A little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you asked me a question about the experience of when she's out.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I was watching one of your videos, and I remember you saying how, depending on how you look when you go out, depends on how you want people, if you want them to approach you or not.
Yes.
Right. And so my question is not even really directed towards that. It's just, what was it like that first time somebody recognized you?
Awkward as hell.
Okay.
It's awkward. It's awkward. I'm still not fully used to it, because people be fangirling. Like, I'm a celebrity, and it's like, girl, I had sleeping dinner last night. I don't know what you are fangirling about. Listen.
Yeah.
So it is very awkward. People will recognize me and like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it's you. And it's like, girl,
it's just me.
It's just me, you know? I ain't been on a red carpet. I'm not like on TV yet or anything like that. So it's like.
But you know why they do that?
I do and I don't. I get it because, you see the platform, you see the followers, and like people look at that and think that I'm at a certain point. But being that person and being on the other side, it's like I'm so regular. Like I go out and about like everybody else. Yes. I do the same thing as everybody else. So it's like it be fucking with me on a little bit in the mental because it's like, I've promised I'm not at that point that you should be giving me that kind of energy yet. I'll be there at some point, but like, just give me like 2 years before you be fangirling, but I get it, but I don't. But what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, me and Ryan talk about this all the time. You have a gift that a lot of other people can't do. So for you, you're like, this is regular.
This is normal. Yeah.
This is regular. And they're like, I could never get on a platform.
That's a good point. I'll give you that.
Talk about the things that you talk about, be funny,
or the way you do it.
Yeah, open, vulnerable. Yeah. Like
that's
everybody can't do that. So for them, that's a gift, that's a talent. But for you, you're like, oh, I do this all the time. Like this is regular. I'm regular, and you're really not regular.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'll be forgetting I'm not regular, you know? I'll be forgetting I'm that bitch.
Yes, hello, say that.
And so the same thing happened to me at homecoming. When I went to Augusta and we went to Oak and then we was going out and people was just coming up to me talking about you so and so and I'm just looking like I think I told you.
Yeah.
I'm just like
People I don't even know talk about this podcast.
It's
same
weird,
thing. Yeah.
isn't it?
It's just like, bro, I'm not even like that for y'all to do that. And they but it's a blessing because it's like they just running off stuff that like you did this and you did this and you did this and I love this and I'm just like I'm too drunk for this right now.
You've been watching.
Yeah, but you've been watching. I'm too drunk for this right now. But I appreciate it. but I get what you're saying as far as like it's just weird at first. Like it just because you know like for you it's regular and it's just I don't know, it's just awkward. Like it's
an awkward experience. I'm still adjusting to it and it's starting to happen more often. So I'm having to like I'll be like walking my dog and somebody will be like, you Cindy Noir, and it's like I'm just trying to walk my dog. My dog need to go take a piss. Like,
so do you feel obligated to get cute whenever you go out?
Absolutely not.
That's good. No,
unless
really
I feel like it. Like I don't feel a pressure to perform. I mean, I have always with my platform I've always made it a thing to where I'm not performing for y'all. Yeah. Like if I don't have it that day, I'm not posting that day. That's why I wear bonnets. Like all of that is very intentional to create the air around my platform of I'm not here to perform for y'all. Y'all came to see me. Yeah. So y'all getting me however I show up today. Yeah. So if I need to run to the grocery store and all I have on is some sweatshirt, sweatpants, and a bonnet, that's what y'all getting today. And if you want to talk to me, then you run the risk of me not being in the mood. But like performing for people is when you stop being yourself. And I cannot afford to do that. No, money is not worth losing who I am to appease people that I don't even know for real. So no, I don't do that.
Yeah, I think that's good because I think celebrities mess up because they always are so put together. So the one moment they step out the house and somebody catch them on camera, it's gonna go viral because they're always so put together. That's the one thing I noticed about Cardi B. Like sometimes she just get on there and look regular, you know? So people don't have like that shock value if they see her out just without makeup or anything. So that's really good.
I think it's important to maintain your humanity. It's not realistic for me to be done up 24/7. And I think that a lot of content creators box themselves in by showing up on 10 all the time. And when I began my TikTok, I started off wearing bonnets because I was like, listen, it's a minute video. I am not about to do a whole face for a minute video. I'm not every single time. That's crazy. No. So it started off as being important to me for my platform to know that, like, if you want me to make content consistently, you're going to get it like this. But then it got to a point where people were like, I feel seeing you wearing a hoodie blanket and a bonnet because that's what I'm wearing when I'm watching your videos. And I wasn't looking for that, but I love that people recognized and resonated with that. So it began to become more than just me being comfortable, but also creating a safe space on the internet because especially on Instagram, baby, everybody is an Instagram hottie with the body yachty. And I mean, I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, it does to the viewers, it creates the illusion that I have to be perfect all the time. And I feel like on my platform, no, you don't. You're who you are as you are is just enough because, I mean, I'm here with you in the same way. So it became to be a lot more than just a bonnet or just regular clothes. It became to be a whole statement of you don't have to be put together for your words to have value for you to be enough. So, it grew from
and
that.
That became like your staple, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's two things that I love about your videos and just like watching you, right?
What you got to say?
My head already big. I don't know if they can see her dimples, but they so cute. Like I just been over here looking at them like, girl, give me some of them dimples because I have none.
Thank you.
So one of them I'll share later, but the first one is the genuineness, right?
Okay.
How you talk about I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be like everybody has a safe space. And I think one of the things, like you said, content creators mess up is they promote perfection instead of growth.
Absolutely.
In the minute someone steps out of their perfection, they made fun of, or just like, this isn't you. And even when you meet them, it's like, I expected this because you promote this, and now I'm not getting it, so who are you now?
Yeah.
So when people meet you, right, they feel the genuineness because it's like, nah, this is me. Like, I'm on this online, at home, at the bar, at the restaurant. This is me at all times. So when they get that, they even feel more connected because it's like, I know who you are.
Absolutely.
And we always hear about celebrities. People mean celebrities or these other people, and they feel let down because they have this expectation, but it's because they promote that. So the genuineness of watching your videos is like one thing I really, really love. Like,
Thank you. I appreciate that. But you know, it's funny. At the same time, like, even though I am genuine on my content, when people meet me in person, there are still times where I don't feel like talking. Like I'm not in the mood, but I still have to give a certain level of welcomeness because of how I present on my social media. Like someone asked me recently, someone walked up to me and like was excited to meet me, and I really wasn't in the mood to talk, but they were so excited for me to meet them with like, hey girl, you know, I'm not in the mood for all of that, would have crushed their spirit because they've seen my content, they've connected with me, but then to meet me in person, I'm not feeling it. So I mean, even though I'm genuine online, there are still days where I'm not feeling it. I'm not in the mood to socialize like that, but I'm being met anyway, and I have to meet them where their excitement is. And that does get a little frustrating. Not saying that I'm being fake, but it's just like, dang, I'm recognizing that I'm getting to a point where no matter how I'm feeling, if I meet somebody in person, I have to match that. And I do at this point, because I would hate for them to see me online and see that I'm genuine and authentic, and then meet me in person, I'm a
Yeah.
you know, and then all of a sudden it's a video of y'all sitting Noir. She ain't. I don't even. You know.
Yes.
So I have to think about all of that in one split second. You know, all that happens at once. So the genuineness, even in that, there is still a certain level of performative. I'm starting to find, but I refuse to go to a certain extent. I refuse to become fake about it. But I do recognize that, like, no matter how I'm feeling when I'm in public, there's a risk someone's going to see me and want me to be Cindy Noir, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so that's
they want you
a
to perform.
catch-22, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it comes with that, because people can't even sit and eat their breakfast without somebody trying to
start recording.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a very expressive person. Like if I go to a bar and a DJ is lit, I'm dancing.
Yeah.
That's just who I am. And people will pull out their phones and begin recording. Excuse me. Put that away. Like I can't even. And it's not even that, I don't even think they know who I am, but it's just today's society, anybody who steps out of social norms, here come the phones.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can't just enjoy the ambiance. I mean, damn. So I have to think about all of that. Like, if you post that video of me drunk dancing, now it's Cindy Noir is reckless and don't know how to act. Like, all of that has to happen at one time, all the time. And it can be a lot at times. I ain't gonna hold you. It can be a lot.
So I guess that's like the downside of being a content creator. Because I know you talked about the
Absolutely.
good stuff, but what, like, is that the bad stuff about not being like, sometimes you don't feel like I could be normal.
Yeah.
Because everybody.
I'm beginning to feel like that more and more the more my platform grows. Because people are boxing, whether they realize it or not, they're boxing me in, and they don't see that. And when they meet me, they're looking for me to be this, you know. Sometimes I'm just chilling. I don't feel like talking for real. I just want to relax. But you wanting to ask me about healing, and baby, I'm just trying to drink this drink. You know,
You ready to pay?
you know. So that is a downside. The other downside is it's hard for me to take breaks from social media. Like that's my job. So if I stop posting, my engagement goes down. That isn't a good look if I'm trying to do brand deals. Like all of that plays a role. So I have to keep posting all the time, and that can be very tedious.
How do you take a break though? Like you have to.
I do it anyway.
Okay.
I take the breaks anyway,
That's good.
but I take small ones because otherwise I can't let my engagement rates go down too low. But I take breaks. I'll repost an old video.
Okay.
Or right now I'm not tweeting. I
Okay.
need a little breather, you know, because the burnout is real, and social media is so exhausting, especially on Twitter. It's just the discourse, the topics. It can be a lot. So, but with that being my job, I have to be immersed in it and stay abreast of what's going on. So it can be mentally exhausting at times to constantly be in it like that. What are some other downsides? I don't think about them too much, honestly. I mean, overall, I'm blessed and I enjoy what I do. But being approached sometimes is, you know,
Difficult. I can see that.
uncomfortable. I'm just trying to chill and I'm being perceived. I don't like being perceived.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would say is probably the biggest thing. When I look at the numbers on my profile, they're just numbers. I don't
Yeah.
attach that to people. And in order for me to post,
The
I can't
views.
think about views, followers, likes. That's just numbers.
Yeah.
And my goal is to get the most numbers as possible. I don't think about those are actual people liking, sending videos, commenting. That's just, these are robots in my
Yeah.
mind. So when I'm out in public and someone's like, I saw your video last night. Oh, you saw that. So like, they're going on and on about how they're excited. I'm sitting here like having a whole moment of like, there are people watching me, like having like
post a picture.
opinions and perceiving me. Like it sends me down a whole rabbit hole mentally of like, oh, these are real people. Okay, So, but outside of that, I remain very detached, and that's how I have to be in order for me to actually post consistently. So yeah.
What do you do in your downtime to keep your mental right? Like, what do you do? Like, do you go out? Do you?
Girl, I'll be
read?
outside.
Okay. Listen, hey,
I'll be
you gotta
outside. I like to have fun. I like to do things to get my mind off of everything because it is a lot of pressure. Social media, being a content creator is a very vulnerable position because in one post, y'all can either make or break me. And people don't realize having a large following. Like I have 600,000 followers on TikTok. If I make one wrong TikTok, if I say it the wrong way, cancel. And all of a sudden it's, I knew it. I've been waiting on you. You know, that is a lot of pressure. And the thing about going viral, people really idolize virality, but that is such a dangerous place to be in because if your video, your tweet, whatever ends up in the wrong community, or they take it the wrong way, that's a wrap. Your job, you're fired. Like you can't get no job. I mean, it goes from 0 to 1,000 so
people
fast.
Find addresses,
and people will dox you, will find your real name, it just because they didn't like what you said and how you said it. And it's a very vulnerable spot to be in. And so when you are making content that's going viral all the time, you are in a constant state of I'm on y'all's time. So whatever y'all decide with my content, I gotta roll with that. And it's just, that's very nerve-wracking. Because I watch content creators get canceled all the time. Who were on their way up, everyone love them, and they make that one video, and that's a wrap, and you never hear from them again. And it's like, God, this is risky. It's risky. It's very risky. So I mean, you have to find the fine line of being true to yourself, making the content you want to make, but then making sure the content you're making don't piss folks off too much, because y'all can make or break me. So it's like I have to have a certain distance with my followers where I love and support them and glad that they're here, but I also know that at any point y'all can turn on me, and I can't really invest too much into y'all because at any point it can go left. So
obviously with a following that huge, everyone is not a fan.
Absolutely.
Of your videos.
Absolutely.
How do you handle negative comments? Because that's the one thing I don't think I really.
I don't get either. I don't see them or I don't get too many of them. Guys don't like me too much over there, and I don't really care. But I find it funny at this point. People really go hard to try to like make you feel bad about yourself, and it's like you are grown with bills, and you're wasting your time trying to make me feel bad. You can't do that, Stink. I think I do a pretty good job of seeing like hateful comments or just rude commentary and just laughing it off because it's silly to me. Like just imagining a grown ass individual trying to find the meanest thing to say about me. You're grown. Like you're an adult. What are we doing? Paragraphs, you know? It feels too silly for me to take it seriously. And it's usually the same things, my weight, me being single, me having no hair. And it's like, all of that's some bad big shit. And you trying to make me feel bad about it. Like, you reaching. And then they always ugly. So it's like, wow, you really trying it and you like that in the face. Baby, come on. This is not a fair fight for you. Like, usually I don't clap back. I used to clap back a lot, but after a while it just became, what's the point? But every so often I'll get an ugly ass dude who is trying it, and it's like, baby, you got to be this fine to have an opinion on me, and you don't meet the requirements. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Have a good day. You know, just remind them that, you know, I still got it in me. I still got it. But the hateful comments they're funny. Yeah. They're funny more than anything. They don't really hurt. It takes a lot for it to actually hurt me. And I can't remember the last time I've actually been hurt by a hateful comment because they're just silly.
That's good.
So yeah, just laugh it off.
I'm laughing because when I be seeing, like, sometimes I go through the comments on random posts, and every time the most opinionated person, I click on their profile, and I'm just like, bruh. You're the one with the opinion.
Look. They always got a certain look, and it never fails.
So
it never fails. Yeah.
Yeah, I know social media requires a certain level of vulnerability, right?
Absolutely.
So how do you manage being vulnerable on the internet? Like, you're telling your opinion and how you feel, and obviously it may be met with criticism. Like, how do you handle, like, you know what, I'm going to post this video, this is how I feel, and I could care less what anybody says.
You know, in the words of City Girls, I don't give a 1, 2 red fuck balloon for I mean, you really have to not care because people are going to have opinions on your opinions. There are times people disagree and it's like I get irritated at the disagreeing because in my opinion, their opinion is stupid. But then I realize they're entitled to have that opinion because I have my own. So you gotta let them have it. They can, and I mean, they'll have their own discourse on their own page and post my video on their story talking about she crazy, I don't agree. But you're giving me engagement, you're giving me views and comments. So you go right ahead and disagree all you want to. It's fine. Yeah. But it took me a while to get to that point because for a while, like anybody who tried me or like disagreed, I would want to engage in discourse. But at this point, you don't have to agree with me. But I'm vulnerable about certain topics. And I think that's the balance. People don't know everything about me on social media. They know a lot about certain things, but I keep it kind of central around us a few topics and just open up a lot about those things. People think they know a lot about me, but they actually don't really know a lot about me. I don't mind people knowing about my dating life or healing journey or celibacy and things like that because, I mean, it's fun. Well, not all of my dating life, you know. Yeah. They know things within a reason. But I don't mind them knowing those things. I've checked within myself and I feel comfortable with the world knowing that. But yeah, I think it's just about balance. Like, there are some content creators where people know everything, and it's like, oh, girl, I don't know about that. You know, I am private in some ways. So like, if I were to be booed up with somebody, we would never see them. You would know who they.
Have a whole YouTube with them.
What's the host called?
Couples TikToks.
Because the moment they break up, everybody like, what happened?
They get on my nerve. I cannot stand couples content. It is just, it's like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand it.
I always say when they get to the when they start get to the pranks, that's when you know, like they running out of stuff to do.
Y'all struggling. y'all on the rocks because I mean, I feel like a partnership it needs privacy.
Definitely.
And content creation, you have to make engaging content. No one gives a damn about what y'all doing on the couch on a Friday night. Yeah. So you have to, at some point, you have to make content that is engaging, and that's playing with somebody that you with and you're trying to be with and take seriously. So it's like, why would you play with that? As crazy as these streets are, you got somebody and you want to make a YouTube?
Yeah, that's a dangerous game.
Y'all are crazy. I understand chasing the bag, but chase another one. Find another one to chase. That's not one.
Do something else.
Do something. Find somebody else to do it. So yeah. I think being vulnerable on social media, you got to find the right things to be vulnerable about. And your relationship, that just ain't one to me. I don't know about that.
So speaking on that, that's my second one I love about you is the vulnerability.
Okay.
And the reason why is because, so I watched a live on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
I
saw you pop up on there too. I wonder how long you was gonna be watching.
And I never watched lives. I haven't watched a live in probably like.
How long did you watch the live?
It was a good 15 minutes.
Oh, you watched a good video. Yeah. Okay.
I haven't watched a live in like probably like a year.
How was it?
It was real.
Yeah.
It was a real live.
But that's the part that, and it's funny because I clicked it. It was like, this is what I love though. The positive part of me was like, we always want to promote. I have 700,000 followers. Like we promote the end and then the beauty part. But this is the part y'all don't see. When somebody's struggling and somebody's going through and they going through these up and down emotions thinking that I've made it and I got 700,000 followers. Like they're still human. They go through stuff. So I was just like, I'm glad that she put that out there because you feel like this now, but somebody is going to come up to you and be like, I needed to hear that or I needed to see that because I'm going through it now too.
Yeah.
And whatever, like even if it's not content, it's just I'm going through a goal and people don't see like how hard this is. And they think like everybody's coming up to me thinking I made it. And I'm struggling right now.
Yeah.
I need help or just I need support. So that was like a beautiful thing for me to see because it was like, I know what that feels like. And I know other people are going to come up to you and be like, I understand her.
And see, right now I'm thinking like, wow, a person watched that live. Like, that's a person.
That's a person. Yeah. There's somebody behind it.
Yeah. Somebody behind that.
Ryan.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it. No, I've been going through it on some real shit. As a Black content creator, people make it, I feel like I was sold a lie of this idea that like once you have the followers, the platform, here come the brand deals, here come the money, here come all that. And no, no, it does not. And it's hard because people are coming up to me with a celebrity mindset and I ain't getting celebrity paid. And it does create a lot of mental battling, I guess, on the inside. And like Thursday, it was a rough, I've had a rough week, but Thursday was really a rough day. And I like to go live and showcase, especially as a Black woman. I feel like we're always supposed to be, you know, strong and, you know, excellent and on the top of the, baby, no. Let that idea go. We be going through it sometimes. And I'd rather you see that and know that, like, when you do finally see me on stage and I'm successful, you know that it took me, I got out the mud. Like, I'd rather people see that. Because, I mean, I personally don't like seeing content creators or whoever on social media act like they ain't never had a bad day.
Yes.
Come on, bro.
Yes.
We too human for that. Stop. You ain't cut the malarkey. You know, we know, you know. So I don't like that kind of showboatiness. I'd rather people who are following me and support me know that, like, they've seen my highs and lows. It's very important for me. So I like to go live, not all the time, but on some days where I'm having those kind of days, people can see, like, I'm not going to lie to y'all, first of all, and show y'all, paint a picture that's not real.
Yeah. But
But also, where these people you're looking to for guidance and support, we're human still. And, like, you can't look at me like I'm this perfect person because I'm struggling too. I need support too, you know? And I think people kind of forget with my content that I am somebody that needs support and I am somebody who goes through things myself. So I like to kind of remind folks, like, yeah, I'm still human. I might make good content, but, like, I still need the things that you need too. And I mean,
therapist needs a therapist.
okay. But what I appreciate is the people who do, like, send private messages and say, like, you know, I'm in the same spot as you, and it felt good to know that I felt seen by you. Like that, those kind of content comments is what keeps me going, because it's like, dang, like, I can't give up because somebody over in Australia, you know, who I don't know, saw this video and really resonated with it. So it's like, people do feel seen by my authenticity, and I appreciate that. So I feel like I can't just stop because I ain't getting paid, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But I still got to get paid, you know. It's tough. But I do feel an obligation at this point where, like, I can't just stop showcasing the highs and lows because I'm going through a low right now. I gotta show all of that. So yeah. So that's how we get those kind of lives. Yeah.
I do really appreciate how the bonnet is really a taboo, right?
Absolutely.
So people, you're not supposed to see this outside of a home.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you went on the internet and wore a bonnet and turned it into something great.
Absolutely.
A business.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us about this?
And sure can. First of all, Monique, if you're watching this, girl, I'm here to piss you off.
Wait. Before you go, that was one of the things she talked about. I never told her about the live.
Oh,
I didn't talk to her about the live.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things she was talking about. And another thing, I'm sorry to cut you off, but another thing is, I know how it feels when somebody rejects you for being you.
Yeah.
That's a shitty feeling.
Yeah.
But it's the reason why you're you. You're supposed to stay in your lane, and the people who love you are gonna love you for you. And
Yeah.
if you don't get accepted for you, you're not supposed to be there.
Exactly.
That's all that is. So I had to say that because you brought up that, but you didn't know that's one of the topics she was talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, so what happened, basically, long story short, it is hard for me to land brand deals in, like, skincare, hair care, fashion, things like that, because of how I present myself. And I had someone recently tell me or offer advice and tell me that with me trying to pursue motivational speaking and, like, speaking engagements, she was telling me that if I were someone trying to book you for a speaking engagement and I went on your page, I couldn't take you seriously because all you're wearing is bonnets and hoodie blankets and robes. And I calmly let her know that, like, her opinion was very ignorant. But it did hurt because it's like, damn, like, if that's how she feeling, ain't no telling who's looking at my content thinking the same thing. And that's why I can't get these kind of brand deals and kind of get where I want to go, which was saddening because it's like, you mean to tell me in the wake of what I'm talking about, the kind of change, if you read the comments and you look at the kind of impact that I'm making, it's so much more than a bonnet, but all you can see is some fabric on my head, and you want to that stops everything.
Oh,
like,
my
grow
God.
up. You know, that's kind of how I look at it, but it can be hurtful because it's like I'm trying so hard to make a difference and to create that kind of impact. And for people to just stop at the bonnet, it can be hurtful at times.
Right.
That's what the basis of the live was. But I mean, shoot, it is what it is. Like you said, people who rock with you will rock with you regardless. But it is sad to see that there are people out there who will look at your appearance and just stop listening to everything.
Yeah.
I've been on The Insider. I've been on USA Today. I've been on all different kind of platforms all over the world wearing a bonnet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, clearly I'm talking, I know what I'm doing, but some people out there just stop at the appearance. So it's like, I mean, you mean to tell me if I just wore a blazer and a 30-inch bust down, now I'm okay, you know? But
like everybody else.
yeah, like everybody else, you know? So that is a frustrating thing. I mean, among all the other things I did with wearing a bonnet, I started a business. And it's like, I just wish people would understand that, like, there's so much more to you don't have to look the same as everybody else to be taken seriously, you know? So yeah,
That's very important.
Thank you for mentioning that. I forgot that's what the line was about.
That's good to know.
All right.
I forgot that's what it's about.
Yep. Time to piss her off. Go ahead.
Okay, no, we want to know about it. We want to know.
Absolutely. So I do sell bonnets. They are double line, which means it's like 2 bonnets sewn into one.
Okay.
And they come with hair ties, so you can tie it on your head so it doesn't fall off when you go to sleep.
Okay.
But the most important thing, or the newest thing that I've created, is edge poo.
Okay.
And it is a natural foam shampoo for your edges. And, you know, sometimes people's edges be looking a little crusty. Love us for real, but let's be real. Some of y'all edges I can see the edge control from over here. And I wanted to help us. I didn't want to just pick on us. I wanted to help us out. So I created this natural foam shampoo that you would just apply. I want to pump it because it's a little messy. But you take a couple of pumps and to put on your edges that you need to be clean and just kind of, you know, brush them up a little bit, get them
And
off.
this is without washing your whole head.
Not without washing your whole head. So once you would do that with the soap, you get a little damp towel and just wash off the excess and then pat it dry and you're good to relay them edges. So I felt like we needed something that was just for the edges. There really aren't too many products out there that are geared towards edge care outside of edge control. And edge control is not really good for our hair, baby hairs, and the scalp area of the baby hairs. So I wanted to give us a product that is going to take care of your edges in between the laying of them because that edge control is rough on our skin and our hair. And a lot of times our hair is breaking out from it, our skin's breaking out from it. We don't realize what's happening.
Right.
So this will help combat that. So yes, both of these things are available on my website, and I believe that'll be posted.
Yeah, but you can still say it?
Ebony Essentials is the name of the website. So yeah, EBONIEESSENTIALS.com. So yeah, that is that's what's been created from my platform and everything is what's birthed this as well.
I
so,
love
yeah.
that. I love that.
Yeah,
We
that's
talking
fire.
about
That's
it.
fire.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, is there anything you want to ask us? Anything you want to talk about?
What made y'all decide to start doing a podcast?
You want to tell the story?
I mean, hey, you told me to ask a question.
Who want to tell the story? You want to tell the story? I want to tell the story.
And like, how did y'all meet to make a podcast?
We're cousins.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, we're
okay.
cousins.
I'll tell half, you tell half.
Okay.
So we met up with our other cousin. It was 3 of us at first. We met up at her old place, and we just set a phone up, and we just started talking, having random conversation. Now that I'm laughing because I'm thinking about what happened that day. But yeah, I'll let you finish the rest.
So we set it up, we posted it, and then people were like, "Oh, I want to see more of this." Like, and this was back in 2019.
Yeah, we got
Period.
like 1,000-some views back then when it wasn't like that yet.
Yeah, it wasn't like
That's still great,
it
though.
wasn't like what it was, and
Yeah.
it happened so quick, and we were like, "Okay, should we do this?"
Yeah.
So for New Year's, we sat down at a park. Me, him, and our other cousin Tierra. We sat down at a park, and we were like, "This is what we're gonna do." I was gonna start my business. He was working on something.
My book.
Yeah, his book, his second book, right? Or was it it was
First
the second.
one.
Was it the
Okay,
first one?
author.
Yeah.
Period.
Literally. And then we said we're gonna do a podcast. And so we were like, okay, we had no idea on how to start this, where to go, what to do. So
Because this is before everybody had a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Right,
before
right.
yes, like people really did not podcast at this time. So we looked up a bunch of we really looked up how to get the equipment. Like, where do we get this equipment from? So Ryan being messy, he finds a studio. And he like, we about to go in there and just see what they got, so we know what to get.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
That's
was
smart.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
smart. I'm here with it.
We got into the studio. He was like, damn, we like this studio. We like, how much to work in here? Like, to work with y'all. So then we start working out of that studio. And then that's how we started our podcast. Like, we just was like, you know what? We gonna do this. So after a while, we just kind of.
We met, we stopped, and
Okay.
then we met Dante. So we're under his channel.
Okay.
So are you familiar with No Jumper?
No, what is that?
Okay, so basically it's a podcast, but basically what he does is he's the owner of his own podcast, but he has
Shout out to Tap In Podcast.
Tap In Podcast. So it's like a brand, just like Nike and Jordan. Like
Okay,
Jordan
got
is under
you.
Nike.
Got you,
and
got you,
then
got you,
they go
got
from
you.
there. So we're just under him, but he's the one who gave us this opportunity for us to
Come back.
make this look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
come
blessing.
back.
Congratulations.
Thank
yo.
you.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now you writing books and you running businesses. What book you writing, Mr. Criminal Justice?
It's called Dear Self 1 and Dear Self 2.
Okay.
It's basically just a self-help book. I talk about like accountability, relationships, but I share my own experiences as an example of like just me being vulnerable about what I went through, about being a man and just trying to figure out my emotions and how to express them, and just different stuff like that.
And he got a card game coming out soon.
Okay.
So y'all be on the lookout for that.
Period. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
For sure.
So what's y'all's take on being vulnerable on social media and being vulnerable, I guess, in general, as far as putting yourself out there like that?
Oh, baby, I had a whole
You said it was our
blog.
take?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay,
yeah.
so I had a blog, and that was where I went to be vulnerable. And I did a blog because I know a lot of people don't like to read, but it allowed me to get my stuff out without
Absolutely.
feeling like I have to do like a vlog.
Mm-hmm.
But I had people reading my blog.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, am I ready for this? But like you said, I started to get people that's like, oh, you're helping me through X, Y, and Z. And I started to feel better about it. But it started out for me as a way to be vulnerable, because a lot of people do tell me I'm not vulnerable. I don't like showing my emotions. And so to do it on a platform, it's a lot more difficult, because it's not just like your cousin, your friend, your boyfriend that's like hearing what you're saying. It's all of these people that you don't know. But I think it's good to be vulnerable.
Okay.
It's hard.
It ain't fun. It's like eating broccoli. You know, it ain't most,
Yes.
All
And
right.
then you come from a take of being a black man. and
Yeah.
being
I'm curious to
vulnerable.
hear your insights.
So I'm gonna connect these dots real quick.
Okay.
So she started her blog, then I started my blog after her,
Okay.
seeing her blog. So then that transformed into me writing a book.
Okay.
And so the same way how when I wrote the book, I finished the book and I was just like, I looked at him like, damn, I don't want people to know about these things about me. But my question was, if this can help a younger me, would you do it? So once I said yeah, I wrote the book. So once I wrote the first book, I just did it just to do it. I wasn't like super serious about it. But then I was getting like grown men. I was getting kids writing this, because they got to do like book reports. I was getting like people of all ages. And I was just like, what I realized is her being vulnerable with her blog helped me, and then me being vulnerable helped other people.
Yeah.
So then how it equates to you is, again, people are gonna see you and they're gonna be like, I needed to hear that because I was afraid to say this, or I feel like nobody understands. And the same way how I'm looking at you, I saw that in a positive way because I'm on the other side of like how this
Yeah.
helps now.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I wasn't like emotional with you in that sense. I was more of a head like, she's gonna look at this
Yeah.
back then and
Yeah.
be like, I needed to do this.
That's also why I do it. Like, I make these kind of videos and lives. I know at some point I'm going to look back and be like, I'm so glad that I have that proof.
Man.
But I look forward to being at that point,
Yes,
you know?
yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
The
Oh,
growth.
on the
It's
other
the growth.
side.
It's
But
all about the growth.
I do feel like it is important, these vulnerable moments. There's power in being vulnerable. And society, we downplay it so much. I don't know why we're so mean to each other when it comes to being vulnerable like that, because it's necessary for us to connect to people. So congrats to y'all for being vulnerable in y'all's own way. That's what's up. For real.
It's a very interesting thing to do. And also, we really promote and are big on journaling.
Absolutely.
It's important to journal, even if you never read it, even if you tear it up and throw it away. I think that people realize they're gonna get so many emotions, so much of their feelings, things that are on their mind out, especially men, especially black men, because they walk through every day with all this stuff on their mind that they just feel like they can't dump it. And it's like nothing's better than to journal. So
I love me a good journal. I mean, I write till my hand hurt.
yes,
You know?
and then you get to look back on it later and be like, bro, like,
Girl, what were you
Yeah.
talking about?
Or I was really going through that. Like, I really went through that, and I'm past it. I'm out of that now. Like, I'm no longer going through that. And that's the beauty of journaling, because you can go back and look at it.
I have like completed journals, like 3 and 4 over the past years. I can look back on and be like, girl, we was really hung up on that person, wasn't we? Like, we have blocked now. Like,
Yes. So we plan on getting some journals with unsolicited opinions on.
as
So
you
we got to make sure we get you on as soon as they
Please,
come
I would
in.
love to support.
As soon
Thank
as they
y'all.
come in.
Y'all have been so
Yeah.
hospitable. Thank you
No
guys.
problem. Thank you.
You
got
ready?
anything? You got anything?
Good.
I just want to say thank you for
Yes.
showing up. Thank you for your
Absolutely.
energy. Thank you for your vibe, because it's you definitely have good energy on you.
Thank
and just,
you.
Just what you do is appreciated. Even if you don't see it now, like I promise you, it's appreciated. I
Thank
promise you
y'all.
it is.
Sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes it'd be hard to feel the appreciation when it's not looking how you want it to look.
Yes.
If that makes sense. But I do know it's there, you know.
Yes.
But I appreciate y'all for real.
Yes,
Thank y'all.
Melanated Queens Unite. I love to see it.
You know, we gotta sit together.
And that is it for another episode. Wait, did you have something to say?
I don't.
Okay. That is it for another episode of Unsolicited Opinions. Until next time.
We out.
Bye, y'all.